Welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have History's Most Shocking. This is from the History Channel. It is a reality show. It's not like a competition or anything else. It's honestly, well, first let me tell you, it's from 2025. So, this is, it's a brand new show. Wow, I thought it was a little bit older. It had a feeling that it was a little bit older, but some of the things that they show in just the first episode, which is the only one I watched, did date back to like 21, 22. So it's fairly recent. One of the items goes all the way back to 1970. But yeah, this is one season reality series. Each of the episodes are about 44 minutes long each. There are so far 8 episodes, and it's really just what it does is it takes a lot of clips you'd probably see on the internet of just crazy stuff that just goes wild, like a multi-car accident here in Los Angeles on the 110. Surprise, surprise. And they show how one guy breaks down, but his lights aren't on, it's nighttime, and somebody doesn't see it, they smash into him, and then another car comes along and smashes into them, and then so forth. And people go fast, and they can't always avoid fast enough. And then what he does is, after they show the sequence, he has experts, he being Tony Harris. That's that guy right there, Tony Harris. Okay, yeah. Tony Harris. He's the host here, and so he sometimes makes puns and jokes, but never in the situation where somebody dies. There are a few situations where people do die. These are from history. One situation was an air show in Dallas, Texas, where some vintage planes from World War II collided. I think it's P-38 or something like that, a very much smaller plane just collided right into a bomber, and yeah, it was not a pretty sight. All 6 people on board perished, and I don't think they do air shows there anymore because of that. Other situations are a little bit crazier, like from 1970, the time that a whale washed up on the beach in Oregon, and they decided to blow it up with dynamite. That's the kind of thing that shows up in a cycle every so often, and now that I'm saying it out loud in front of an electronic device, it'll show up in my Facebook feed probably, more than likely. But yeah, that was the thing that they did back in the day. In 1970, they had a large whale that got beached, and what do? Well, hey, guess what? Let's blow it up. And chunks of blubber were just flying for up to a quarter mile. One piece landed on top of a pea soup green car, just smashed its whole roof in. Thankfully nobody was inside, from what I know. But yeah, there's also, it's all mostly just scary stuff. Fireworks going off in Mexico by, like, there was a place that had like 300 tons or something like that of fireworks, and it's just it's a bomb. It's like blowing up a good portion of Mexico. Well, a small portion of Mexico, but it's still pretty freaky. They do start it off with something that I actually did see recently on social media, or like YouTube or whatever it was. I'm not sure what I saw it on, but a woman who was like at a petting zoo kind of thing, where they had some alligators. Of course, I think it was Florida, because you got to show off the gators, because I can't see them enough. Some of them walk right into Disney World, and sometimes it's rare, and eat a baby. But not this time. This time it grabbed the person who handles the gators. Young woman reaches in to, I guess, feed it or something, and he just grabs a hold of her hand and yanks her in. And he starts rolling. He does the death roll. And the death roll, of course, means he's really just trying to drown her and exhaust her. And thankfully, she didn't fight it. She rolled with him. And the water is shallow enough that she knew that by not fighting, she wasn't going to like break her arm or dislocate it or anything else. She did have some damage through surgery that should have fixed that, but it was scary, and the only person who saved her was a guy who's never touched a gator before. So, yeah, it was a pretty scary situation. So you're going to see a lot of that. They when they say history, it's really just really crazy stuff that they compiled from the internet to that, well, stuff that ended up on the internet. They used to be just on local news or something, but it gets piled up on the internet and decided, let's pick some crazy stuff. Have Tony Harris do the segues and introduce some of the experts who'd explain why this happened, how it could have been avoided, and, things like that. It's like for the explosives, there was somebody who was in charge of the bomb squad. I think was part of the NYPD for a number of years. So they pick people that would know about each of these things. And most of them are just also people looking at a television and pointing at it and going, this is where it went wrong. And you're watching them on a screen as well. So yeah, I didn't mention all of them, but this is the kind of thing that if you don't want to watch it piecemeal on the internet, and you want to kind of do a little bit of commentary as to how something like that could have happened, what happened as a result, these kind of things, this framing mechanism is what Tony and the experts provide. I do hate the fact, because it is a reality show, they do these things like, well, this happened right here, but we'll talk about it after the break. And then they have to reiterate the whole thing again and then show you the result. It's that, watch our commercials, even though there's technically no commercials when I watch it. I don't know if you have the paid version or not, but it's still an annoying structure. But it's meant for network television or cable television with advertising. This is just what it happens. So, man, I'm looking at, just glance at some of these reviews, like on IMDb. The last few things I've watched, there's somebody on here who just drops a 1-star review. Awful. Like, I think somebody's just not living their best life. I don't know. Anyway, let's pick tomorrow's episode. 58. I remember when I had more than 750 different things that it could choose from. This time we have less, just about 100. 58. Okay. This one's, there's 2 different ones of these, and I'm not exactly sure what they do. I don't know if they're nature documentaries or if there's something more to them. I'm not really sure. We'll find out when we watch Inside the Enchanted Waterways. There's also Inside the Enchanted Forests, so it makes me think it's magical, and there's fairies and goblins and everything else living amongst the enchanted waterways. I don't know. We'll find out. Inside the Enchanted Waterways is what we're watching next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that. Bye.